Howdy folks, good day to you. Welcome back. Glad you guys are here. I am always super glad to be here. This is a 2008 GMC Sierra 2500. Has a DURAMAX Allison transmission. We are returning to this vehicle. I've had some parts that have arrived, and we are going to remove and replace and repair the steering gear assembly down on the driver's frame rail on this particular truck. The thing has got blown out bearings in it and a blown out seal. It's leaking all of the power steering fluid onto everything, and we're gonna go ahead and pull that unit out today and get it swapped out with a fresh new one. So let's get this thing in the shop. It's kind of a big job. It's awkward, it's greasy, it's dirty. There's fluid leaking everywhere, so I'm gonna make haste and get through this as quickly as possible. So stay tuned, because this is gonna be a very good video. Opening the hood.
Oh, look who that guy is.
Okay, we're gonna back this into the corner on the big lift. I almost said rack and lift at the same time, words. We're gonna back this thing into the corner under the 12,000 pound lift, because it is a 9,000 pound truck and I don't want to put it on the little lift. So we need to maneuver this thing in ever so carefully, like. Okie doke, so we're in, the rack is set both sides, and it's a super tight squeeze on this corner. Look at this. I got about a 3/4 of a finger width between the wall and the back corner of the bed. So yeah, we got it back there, but it's a super tight squeeze. Moving on up, green subscribe button. Let's run this unit up. I'm keeping an eyeball on this business right here. It might get hooked on that business right there. That's one of the little brace bar things for the building. It's structural. So what we're gonna do, get this thing up to probably about chest height. There we go, got it. And I'm gonna go over here on my rolly chair, and we're gonna go to work on this this leaking, blown out steering gear right here. Yeah, look at that. That's this gear, that's the pitman arm. Seal's gone and bearings are gone in this unit. Okay, let's set her down on the locks, nice and slow like. And lock engaged. That's pretty good. I did adjust the cables on this earlier because it was doing that teeter-tottering thing. Not safe. Speaking of safety, I'm gonna add in supplementary vertical stability to this situation here. If something fails, something breaks, or if the car wants to fall down, I'd rather have it fall down not on me. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this jack right here. Grenading! There we go. We'll set this jack up right here, and this will prevent this thing falling on top of me if there's a catastrophic failure of some sort. That'll do. Okie doke, so we're inside of the driver's side wheel well. Right here is the steering gear. There are the pressure and the return lines right there. But we've got this boost pipe business in the way, so I think I'm gonna take this loose. It's an 11mm deep well socket. I'm gonna take this guy loose, disconnect it from the charge air cooler, and that should give me a little bit more space to kind of move things around here. You know what? I think I'll disconnect it somewhere else. Pull it off the charge air cooler down here. Changed my mind. There we go. Let's see if this guy's gonna come off or not. And you're gonna come off of there, you. I can't see it though, there's a washer bottle in the way here. There we go. Charge air cooler is disconnected-ish. And that's not really giving me what I expected here. It's actually more in the way. I'm gonna go up top and disconnect it off the turbo, and we'll probably just pull the pipe out. That's probably best.
What about Costco?
Costco doesn't. Costco has some shelves, but they're the metal ones, kind of like that big one back in the corner over there. And I don't know if I want those. What just fell? Oh, my gun. Gun gravity. No, it's Milwaukee. It's got some kind of a warranty. Probably not. I didn't register it. Anyway, I got that thing disconnected up there. So, just try to squeeze this thing down, get it out of the way. There we go. One boost pipe removed. All right, we moved in a little deeper here. You can see our steering shaft, and somewhere in there, there's going to be a bolt, which is what's going to connect the shaft to the steering gear. I think that's it right there. Feels like another 11 mil or maybe a 12. Let's find out. There's a 12 millimeter. Okay, it's going to be the 11. So let's see if the 1/4 inch is going to pull that guy out or not. I can't see this. I'm actually looking through the camera for the proper visual alignment. Too tight. Okay, let's try another way. Unclicks. There we go. That's the bolt that secures the shaft to the gear. So let's see. Just kind of wiggle that off. Yep. And the shaft should be collapsing on itself. It is. It's splined, so it can expand and contract. Kind of some wiggle action there. There we go. Okay, shaft is now removed. Let's get the 2 lines here disconnected next, and then we'll go down below and remove everything from the steering linkage itself. Okay, 18 millimeter flank drive wrench. See the little grooves in it? Get a hold of that fitting. Crack that one loose, and I think the other one is going to be a 16 mil. If memory serves. Let's get in there. Can't really tell with all the built up grime and whatnot that's on this thing. Can't see either. For reals? What are we doing here? Maybe it's not a 16. I suppose memory didn't serve because that's not 16. Let's try the 18 again. No. There it is. Now I'm on it. Unkickage. Okay. Yeah, there's this interference from this thing sticking up right here, part of the gear. It's just holding us up pretty bad. No big deal. So here, we'll come in with the foot of the crow, and I've got an adapter and a little extension here for some leverage. So we'll just use this to work this fitting out. We should start spilling fluid any moment now. Gravitas. No. Quit laughing at me.
What?
Jesus is laughing at me. By the way, guys, Dave's still here, man. Folks have been asking where Dave is, and
Dave's not here, man.
Well, I mean, Dave is here. He works here, but
Dave's at lunch.
right now he's at lunch. Yeah, Dave's still here, man. It's all good in the hood. We love Dave. We love Jesus too. Okay, that's one line removed. Let me just kind of pull that off to the side here.
This next one. My thumb's wearing out. Okay.
That line is also removed. We're good here. Let's go down below, climb on out of this unit, and get things disconnected down on the steering side. Alrighty, so once upon a time, I took one of these bolts off with my angry pliers because I did not have a 32 millimeter wrench, and a kind and gracious viewer had witnessed my plight, and they ordered me a 32 millimeter wrench. So we're gonna get this thing in here. Uh-oh, it's metric. Oh no, you don't. This way works. We're gonna get this thing in there. Look at that, it just leaks some more. See that? I got that on camera. Anyway, we're gonna get this wrench in here, and I'm gonna try to get this big nut off of off our steering gear here. There we go. Oh, that was beautiful. It's loosey-goosey. Yeah, let me wear the chrome off this wrench. It's gonna fit really well. That would be good. So what I'm gonna do is the same tactic as the last one of these I took off. We're gonna go in there with a puller and apply some air hammer action. Try to pop this thing loose, this pitman arm off of the steering gear splines. Now, the splines are tapered, so when we put this back together, we're still gonna have some, it's like, it's not gonna sit flush against the gear. It only can go on so far. They're also splined with a master spline as well. So hopefully I ordered the one with the correct amount of splines on the sector shaft. There's a 4 spline, like a 4 master spline and a 3 master spline. If you have the wrong one, you can change out the pitman arm, because they will fit on the center link just the same. So what we do, I'm gonna leave this nut on here and leave it flush with the bottom of the sector shaft. That way when I install the puller, I don't run, it doesn't want to slip off and or damage those threads. It's just good practice. Alrighty, so last time I did one of these, I used this tie rod end puller. The last one was easier though, because it was on a gas powered truck, not a diesel truck. And this big old honking hose was in the way, or not in the way last time. So I need to kind of maneuver myself around this hose a little bit better. Regardless, I think this is gonna work out. Okay, 21 millimeter socket. I'm gonna get that socket set up on the threaded portion of the puller. Unfortunately, I cannot fit a what you call it, impact gun in there, so I just need to tighten this thing down with a regular ratchet. If I can get the proper angles here. I need to switch this out to a shallow socket. My deep well is not gonna cut it. No clearances. Now, still don't have any clearance. I'll work with it. We'll figure this out one way or the other here. Oh no, tool slippage. It's not what I wanted to do. I'm having moderate difficulties on this this operation. There we go. Now we're turning. So what this is effectively doing is putting it in there. Is squeezing these two units together in an effort to pop this pitman arm off of the shaft. That's basically the concept here. And it's slipping off the shaft. Concept failure. Okay. Try again. Yeah, it's like communism, it works on paper. But in practice, it seems to be falling short. A lot. As in failing miserably. Is it okay to run your mouth about communism? Or is that like a no-no on the internet? YouTube cancellation strike notice number 1. You were engaged in controversial topics. Your existence is now suspended. I got this a little deeper in, so I'm thinking we might have a better grip here to work with. Let me get this thing tightened down, super duper tight like, and I'll hit this pitman arm with an air hammer and break it free from the steering gear. Then we can peel that steering gear out of there. Tool slipping or what? What's happening here? It's getting pretty tight. Okay, that's pretty tight. Let me hit this with an air hammer and see what happens. It's either gonna come off or it's not. Okay, coming in with the air hammer. It's the big nasty, the red air cat. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna try to come down on this from the most upward angle as possible. It's going to be tough to do because there's a cross member here, but even if I just get it at a 90 degree, the air hammer is going to kind of shock and vibrate this pitman arm, and that should release the grip from the sector shaft on the steering gear right here. So we're going to give this a few love taps and see if it pops loose or not. It could be violent, it could be anticlimactic. Guess we're going to find out. Loud noises. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and tighten up the puller tool a little bit farther. Put more pressure on it because I think it moved some. Not a lot, but ooh, I can't even get on it now. That ratchet's slipping. It's not working. Oh, let's try it again. More loud noises. Oh, I can't reach with the hammer. Yeah, there we go. Look here. Shoved it on top of that cross member. Maybe that'll give us the what we're looking for. That thing's on there. Like a lot. Okay, switching out the socket with a 3/8 drive. That way I can use the flex head ratchet. We need to get more pressure on the tool, on the puller. The puller tool. Yeah, that one. Okay, more impacts again. Air hammer in action. On there like a lot. Again. Got it. Sweet. So it came off. Now I'll undo my tool here, dig this guy out. This is the hardest part of this job. The rest of it just takes a little bit of time. Pop. There we go. So, yeah, that's on there tight again. It's okay. My new wrench will make light work of it. And thank you for the new wrench again. Okay. Wait, did that not come off? Hang on. Yeah, it did. Okay. It looks like the idler bracket has pulled that back up into position. So, loud noises. So what we're going to do, we're going to go over here and remove that idler arm bracket from the frame rail on the passenger side to give us some more space to work with in here. Because we need to drop down that center link far enough for this to clear. Or, yeah, I'll just take the bracket off over here. That'll be best. Okay, so here's what we're looking at. There's the idler arm bracket. There's one bolt, and there's another one just on top of that that is securing that bracket to the frame rail. The idler arm and bracket are very similar in function to the pitman arm, the one we just took off. It holds into place and locates that steering center link down below. So let's get this guy disconnected here. Okay, there's the nut, and there should be a washer on the back side of that nut. Yep, there's the washer. So we'll pull this one out, put the washer back, put the nut back so these don't get lost. Throw it on the ground, and then we'll come up. You guys can't see the other side, the top one. There's this big old honking hose in the way again. I can't even see it, but I can feel it. There's the nut again, and reaching up there, the washer is recovered. Bolt's coming out, kinda. There she is. We'll reassemble this component again so the parts don't get lost. And I just need to kind of pry bar that bracket off of its bracket, and that's going to let the center link of the steering shaft, that's this guy here, it's going to let that fall down, thus letting this pitman arm fall down, and we can remove it from the steering gear. Okay, pry bar coming in. Just going to pry this right on out. Everything's a hammer, including pry bars. Yeah, I think we're good. Yep. Okay. Pry against that center link. Oh no, it's not enough. That was an error in judgment, I'd say. No matter. Tell you what we'll do. I'll go ahead and just unbolt the steering gear from the frame. 3 more fasteners on this side, 1, 2, and 3, and then it should just fall down, and we'll have enough space there to maneuver the thing out from its home. Okay, I think we're looking at 21 again. Yep. no need to really pull these out all the way. They just thread into the steering gear on the other side. So we can just leave them hanging out right there. And this last one, once this is loose, that steering gear is gonna fall out of place. And then it should move around enough for us to get it off of that center link right there. Let me hang on to it. There's our last bolt that we're working on right there to the right. There you go. Okay. The gear has now experienced freedom. Pick it up. There we go. Off that pitman arm. Drop it out. Look at that nasty thing. Oh yeah, this thing's done for in the worst ways. We had a huge leak down here, another huge leak up here at the input shaft. It's cased and crudded up, or encased rather, very crudded up. And I don't know if you guys noticed it earlier, but when I pried on it, I was watching this sector shaft flop up and down. So this is definitely a well-used unit, 1/3 of a million miles, and it's done. So let's go fetch the new one out of the box, compare the two, and make sure it's gonna fit together, and then we'll get this thing reassembled. Okie dokes, here on the bench, let's do some compare and contrasting here. So we've got our input shaft, there's the notch. There's the notch that tells me this is clocked in the 0 position, the same way this was when we took it out. Checking out our sector shaft, we've got 120 degrees separation on the master spline. See where there's one spline missing? They have a 3-way and a 4-way master spline sector shaft. In this one, there's our master spline. There's another one, 120 degrees separation, so that's correct. Looking like mounting bolt patterns are the same, and we've got the 2 ports for our lines here and here. There's a slight difference. Look at that one. This one seems to sit down a little farther, and that one is different. It's got a slightly different nose cone. I think that this is a PPE heavy duty steering gear, and I know that because I have the same one inside of my Silverado, and that is the stock version. So unfortunately those were discontinued, and I did look for an upgraded unit. They do not exist, so we're gonna have to go with the stock replacement rather than the HD version, which must have been in there for a while because it's leaking fairly profusely. So let's go ahead and get this thing back in position up in the frame rail.
It won't work. I see a difference.
Yeah, I mean, there's
no. Look over here. Look on this side.
Don't do this to me,
Yeah, see, smiley face. No smiley face.
You're right. Yeah,
it's not gonna work.
But this one's not happy because it's leaking. It's bleeding. You got me, Dave. Yeah. Well, actually, I'm a little nervous at this offset on those 2 lines. Remember that one that you did a few months ago, and the lines were.
It went right in.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, we can always bend them. Anyway, let's grab this thing and get it back in the truck and in position here. All right. Let's heave this unit up into its new home here. And first order of business is getting that sector shaft lined up. There we go. It is now splining in. That's good. So let's go around and reach around here to the bolt side. Yeah, see the bolt right there? We'll go ahead and get that one started right here, and then we can go up top and get the others into their correct position as well. And we'll start with this one just because it's kind of right in my face here. Push that guy up. There we go. Let's get it started some by hand. Very nice. I'll give it a little bit with the impact just to run the threads down. Beautiful. I like it. Let's see. Around this side. Get that guy started, and it's not threading in. Ooh, that light's bright. Can't have that. Come here. Oh, flashlight. Flashlight down. Lost one. I'll find it as long as the battery doesn't die. So what I'll do, left hand, I'm going to reach around the other side of the frame rail, And I'm gonna rock this steering gear back and forth until we can get it to line up with the bolt right here. Let's see what's... The nose of that gear has to come down some, so I need to sort of rotate it. Take that a little looser. There we go, that back one's in. You can't see, there's a gun in the way. Sorry. Front one, top one's going in. There we go. So now it's located and bolted to the frame rail. So here, let's apply some torque action to these fasteners here. Draw everything in. Bottom one. Click. Okay, that's in position. So now we'll go back down around the other side here and get the 32mm nut attached to the sector shaft, and we'll bring that pitman arm up into position. Pry bar coming in. Push that guy up some. There we go. It's going to give us more space on our threads here. Got some dirt on them. Let me clean that off. There. We got our lock washer and the big nut. The nut is not nutting. Let me flip it over. Get on there. Thread. Also not threading very well. Okay, we're going. So that'll do for now. Before we tighten that all the way down, I'm going to go over here and put the idler arm bracket back into its position as well. Okay, it's already kind of pretty close here. Since everything's a hammer, just tap that into alignment. That was good. Take the big bolt. Go. Got the washer coming around the back and the nut. That guy started. And then up top, gotta send the next one in. I realize you can't see anything in here, so I'm trying to get through this as quickly as I think I can. Hammer that bolt through, and again the nut and the washer going up on the back side. Thread that guy on. Begin threading. Okay, got that. 21 wrench. Here's our wrench. And 21 socket with the wobbly bit. We love the wobbles. Click. Let's get the top one. Very good. So the idler bracket is now back on the frame, but this vehicle has stolen my wrench, so I'll hammer that off with the pry bar. Come here. Got it. There it is. Cool. So let's go back up top. We'll connect the steering shaft, and then we'll get the lines attached. At that point, we can come down here and put some more torque on this nut right here. The reason I want to put the steering shaft on is if I try to turn this, it may just turn the entire steering gear assembly. And if it does that, I'll have to just reclock it all before the shaft will fit back on. So since the shaft's locked in, we'll just do that part next. Returning into the depths of the wheel well. Let's see what we can see here. Okay, there's our collar on the shaft. There's the notch, and that notch should line up with the hole where the bolt goes through to secure the shaft to the steering gear. Oh, it's not locked in. Look at that. I figured the steering wheel lock had been engaged. I was wrong with my assumption. Wiggle that guy in. There we go. And it needs to slide all the way down, so I'll give it a tug from the top here. It's not wanting to go. Hammer, need a little hammer, a little mallet. So here, what I'll do, I'm gonna tap on a bolt that's farther up the shaft here. Try to walk this shaft down if I can. That's not working. Oh, what do we do? That's not working either. It's moving. Close. Very close. All right, now let me try to put the bolt back in the hole here. I think we're getting somewhere. Maybe a little farther down. Ah, there it goes. That guy just went in. Good. We'll come in with the 11. And an extension right here. Couldn't hurt. There we go. Steering shaft clickages. That's in position. Next, we need to get the hard lines in position here. So this was the last one that came off, so we're going to put this one on first. Can't see. There's the fitting. So what I need to do is get the caps out of this and change those O-ring seals as well. You know, I probably should have taken these caps off, or loose at least, before putting the steering gear in, but my foresight was, oh yeah, it's not cool, I just broke the cap. Or did I? I heard it make a snap sound. Please come out of there, I don't want to fight. Okay, it came out, that's good. Then the other one, I have super flangy strength. There. Got it, okay. One cap, second cap. Pluck this O-ring off of here. And I'll replace that with a new one. The steering gear came with a set of new O-rings. Slide that one on just like so. Push that thing in position right there. And we need a little bit of crow's feet here to get us started. Round and round we go. Okay, that's started now. Let's just test fit this other one. Yeah, that's gonna fit. Okay. Pull you back aside for now. Get you out of the way. Here, I'm gonna try to run down this fitting with a semi-stubby little wrench right here. A little bit more. Oh, slippage, not clickage. That wasn't cool. There we go, that one's tight. Now, let's get this next one in position. Since I've got it nice and crudded up, we'll wipe her down with the ever trusty blue towel. You know, funny thing about these blue towels, they're remarkably effective for this type of work. And more so than the red towels that you get from the laundry service. See, those red cloth towels, although they are reusable, when they launder them, you got to consider that those towels are full of metal pieces from transmission shops and all kinds of grease and nasty and contaminants, and they just wash them in big large vats, kind of like a fryer. I mean, not really a fryer, but you know, the water doesn't get changed every time they wash the towels. And I recall back in the day in my dealership, our laundry service tended to have highly contaminated towels because we never ever purchased new ones. And so I used to go to parts and not get the sewing off. I used to go to parts and just source a roll of blue towels for when I needed to like wipe off a steering wheel or clean off something that had to have a... Hang on, I can't get that stupid thing off. Unbelievable. Pocket driver for the win. Anyway, I always preferred the blue towels over the cloth recyclable ones. Well, the dealership, in their bean counter ways, decided that it was not cost effective to have blue towels, so they prohibited us from using them because they didn't want to pay for them in the parts department, because that's a shop expense. You know, that shop supply fee, it's on your work order. And so they told us we weren't allowed to have them, but I found that to be unacceptable, because using the cloth towels on like fenders or anything with paint, it's abrasive and it scratches up the paint. So I went out to Costco and I bought my own rolls of blue towels. Well, the individual who had made the decree about no longer having blue towels witnessed the fact that I still had blue towels, even though those were forbidden. And they tried to get me in trouble for having and using the blue towels, because they told us we weren't allowed to use the parts department's blue towels. Needless to say, the conversation that took place when I explained to them that I was purchasing my own towels did not go over so well, because then that was an act of defiance. Culture, it's a culture thing. I think that's why I try to be a very good manager to folks, because I'm overcompensating for the years of narcissism and abuse. Yeah, I think it's an overcompensating thing. Yeah, blue towels. Those are better than red towels. in my opinion. Ow, slippage, slip clicks. There we go. And one more pull. Ow, my flange. Okay, it's tight. That's one broken knuckle. Torque to spec. So, we've got the steering shaft on, got the lines on. We have the unit bolted to the frame. What we don't have is the big 32mm nut secured to the pitman arm. So let's go back down below again and get that guy connected. Okay, big wrench coming in. Which way was tight? This way. Going in this direction. Quarter turn at a time. Or eighth turn. However much this is. Pliers. Yes, the angry pliers should make this go a little bit faster here. Ping. Okay, it's starting to press the pitman arm up on the shaft a little higher. So we're wedging it in. Good. Slippage of the angry pliers. Let's tighten them down some. There we go. Okay, that's starting to bottom out. So, get the wrench back on this bad boy. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. One more good pull here. That's about it. Maybe one more. Maximum clickages. There we go. Woohoo. Okay. That guy's in position. Bolts are tight. Steering shaft is on. Lines are on. Everything else I took off is out of the way. Flashlights recovered. Let's go ahead and let this unit down. Get all the goodies out of the way. And we'll refill the power steering. And then this operation will be complete. Okay, now for the really fun part. Look at this thing. Jesus brought this from the parts store. It is a brake clean cannon. And I'm now going to attempt to use the brake clean cannon. It's the first time ever. We're going to use the cannon to pressurize, brake clean, pressure wash all this nasty stuff out from under the vehicle over here. Let's see if this is going to work. So what we got here, we got a little air nozzle device. We hook up shop air to that and it blows down, creates a Venturi effect, which will suction the brake clean out of these gallon containers. So we got, there's a gallon of CRC, and this one, you don't know who that is, Bennington's or something? I can't read. Anyway, I'm gonna brake clean cannon this thing, see what happens. This should be fun. It's either gonna be fun or it's like gonna blow up. I don't know, let's find out. But we do need shop air. Arming the cannon. Yeah, this is gonna be good. Let's see what happens. It's an assault brake clean. Oh, hang on, we gotta do the thing. Yeah. Okay, there's the air. Maybe I gotta stick my hose in a little deeper. Let's try that. It's sort of not working. How much submersion do I have here? Yeah, it's kind of not working. Like it's starting to, but it's not going all the way. Wah, wah, wah. It's failing. Okay, well, no matter. I can improvise. There. That'll at least get rid of all the droplets and whatnots that are in there, all caked up. Nasty. Let's hit it from the top side too, just so all the drippages are gone. And I forgot, I need to get that charge air cooler back together also. That was be a massive oversight to try to start this with no charge air cooler. I'm also not spraying this into the intercooler or charge air cooler. That's how you get a runaway diesel. And that would be bad. There we go. About as shiny as it's gonna get. No! Oh. Fail! Dave, I failed. I dropped it. Go! Okay, boost pipe coming in, so I probably got to lose this flashlight. Run this guy right back up behind the brake booster. There we go. Flip it around. That's where she belongs. Grab the clamp here. Slip this thing back over the tube. Get on there. Get in there. There we go. I need to go up top real quick and fit the tube over the turbo outlet next. Where is my ladder? Yeah, right there. We gotta get that lined up. Okay, that one's in. Let's go down at the bottom. Here, we'll back this clamp off a little bit farther. Okay. Ding, seated. Let's get that guy tight. Click. Beautiful. Okay, let's let this unit down. We'll go back up top, tighten up the upper side of this boost pipe, and then refill power steering. Release the jack stand. Okay, back to our green subscribe button. Run this thing up, get it off the locks, lock and lever. Coming down slowly. There she goes. Okay, it's clearing the little wire, that guide wire on the right. Keep an eye on that. Make sure the truck doesn't get hung up on the building. That'll be bad. Okay, we're good. Coming down, coming down. Beautiful. Cool. One clamp right here. Stay. Or don't stay. It's fine. Clickage. Good. Okay, we'll pop this guy off. Anything left in there? Nope, she's low. So we're gonna need a funnel. Looks good in there. Drop this thing down into our reservoir. There we go. Add a little bit of fluid in there. You know, as hard as I try, I tend to overfill these every time. I want to bring it all the way up to the top though. There's a bunch of air in the lines, and it's going to displace a whole bunch of this fluid once we start the engine. Oh, overflowing it. Look at that. Yep, I knew it. I knew it. Do it every time. There we go. So here we'll put that thing, the lid, put the lid back on. Now we can restarting the engine. All right, let's fire it up. See what we get. Beginning engine starting. Reaching into the cabin here. Let's turn the wheel lock to lock a couple times. There we go. Very good. All right, everybody. This situation and this repair is now coming to conclusion. All I need to do now is get this thing pulled out and parked. I'm gonna wash it off with the hose later on. We've got to test drive it and probably send it out to have the wheel alignment checked out, because we did, after all, replace some steering components, so we may end up with the steering wheel slightly off center. I'm not sure if we can actually do a good wheel alignment on it though, because it does have those lower control arm bushings that are blown out and destroyed from the fluid leak. But we're gonna have to cross that bridge in a little while. So anyway, guys, again, I have nothing more to offer on this particular vehicle. I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing pulled out and parked. It's in today, so I'm going home. As always, thank you guys for watching this video. Certainly hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about this truck in the comment section down below. Do not forget to tap that like button while you're down there. And most importantly, have yourselves a great day. See you guys later in a video, end of Sierra, 2500 Duramax, end of steering gear and a transmission. I'll just nose her right in here behind the dually. That's not my dually, it's customer's dually. Park the auto, windows up, both sides. Looking good, firing down. Peace.